Hello everybody, thought I'd do a video on top 10 films from my Tartan Asia Extreme collection. So I haven't counted them prior to this, but I think there's 80 to 100 or so I've got. Like I've said before, varying genres, but yeah, the other day I was chatting about a few of these, so gave me an idea. A few of these are in my favourite films. I think maybe only one in my top 15 video I did, but yeah, if it was like top 50 or so, quite a few. So I'll go through them. First of all, I want to give a shout out to X-File 2708, Ollie Loves Films, and Metal Marty Mac. People I've been sort of watching and subscribed to and that recently. I think Ollie Loves Films especially is quite new. Sort of fellow Bristol lad. Obviously shout out to Blue Roy Barratt, Ash from Popcorn and Horror, Sammy G, and Stuart George are ones I've been sort of watching and interacting with for a while. Especially Sammy G has sort of supported my channel a lot and was the one that sort of brought to my attention. I was on 100 subscribers. I didn't even realise that, so I was planning on doing a video. So this is kind of a 100 subscribers video. Gonna do video later on some of my music collection. Got quite a lot, so I think I'll start with like my Beatles and Pink Floyd and stuff. So anyway, go on with it. Like I said before, it's quite sort of tight in here. I've got no space behind me, so it's quite sort of hard to get back any further. But yeah, I am currently going to move all these films into the spare room. The spare room at the moment is filled with a load of clutter and junk. So I've got to organise somebody to come and collect it in their van. I think it's probably going to cost about 150 quid. But main thing I'm looking for is someone, what do you call it, like with an eco conscience, because I think some of these people that come and collect it in a van, they just sort of fly tip it somewhere, which I don't want to happen. I want to check they actually sort of take it to the tip and that. And obviously I've got arranged to take it all down into my parking space for them ready to collect. So yeah, soon I'll be moving all these in. So once I do that, I'll show a video of all my films and that together. So right, firstly, got Tetsuo, the Iron Man. Sorry if there's glare on this. I've had to have the light on because it's quite gloomy in England today. Yeah, so I think I spoke about this before. Shinya Tsukamoto. Quite a few of his I was tempted to put in here. I tried to put one from each director. But yeah, this is one of his best in my opinion. It's only about an hour long, but it's sort of stop motion style, shot in black and white. About a guy that basically, I think he runs over a metal fetishist in his car, and then kind of surreal because I don't really explain how, but somehow he gets infected by the metal fetishist. Little metal sort of splinter, would you call it? It grows under his skin. Picks it and it keeps growing back, and then eventually he starts turning into like half metal, half man. Yeah, I mean, this is quite disturbing. The main selling point of this is the editing. I think I've said this before, but I've never seen a film with such powerful editing. So obviously editing can make or break a film, but in this, it's the way it's edited that sort of makes the hyper surreal, fast, kind of choppy motion, and the sort of a lot of the kind of horrifying elements and creepiness comes from the editing. And you've got The Ring. I think this one, Hideo Nakata. I spoke about this before. I'm sure everybody knows. Well, I would call it The Ring, but it's just Ring to be fair. Yeah, real creepy one. Really good plot, good acting. Kind of a bit more of a, what do you call it, investigative kind of horror. Obviously what's she called? I can't remember the name of the evil woman in it that comes out of the well on the TV and that. But yeah, she's a bit of a horror icon. With her like long black hair. Dumplings. I think this is Fruit Chan. Oh, sorry about the glare again. Yeah, Fruit Chan. So this is on the 3 Extremes on part. Oh yeah, on the part 1, but this is only like a shorter version. So I don't know whether they shortened it or whether the short film came out first and then expanded it into this Dumplings. Yeah, really well made film. Good acting. Quite disturbing. I won't sort of spoil it, but basically women come to this lady who is making dumplings that keep you looking really young, and she's putting something in the dumplings that isn't very savoury, but you know, not in the context you might be thinking. And then basically some of the, I think it is just women that go to look younger, not the men, find out what it is and they're eating it anyway, so it's a bit of like a sort of morality check. Oh, I didn't mean to get that one. I meant to get the original Eye. Oh crap. Oops, I think I've hopefully not scratched the disc up. Sorry about this. Dropped it on the floor and the disc popped out. Basically, I don't do a script or anything for these, as you can probably tell. I do them all in sort of one take if I can. So if I make mistakes or say stupid things or ramble on, then probably know why. Yeah, Oxide and Danny Pang. This is a collector's edition. I think I did have one of this with like a slipcase on, but I gave it to my mate once I got this version. Yeah, so basically a woman has an eye transplant and starts seeing creepy things. That's not a spoiler, it says that on the back. Really well-made film, really tense and creepy. Without spoiling it a bit, what I'm going to say is in the elevator, it's one of the most tense, sort of taut, well-filmed scenes I've seen, sort of Hitchcock reminiscent style, where this isn't a spoiler, but basically the elevator's going up or down really slowly and she's in there with something horrible and just sort of dwelling on it for quite a while. And yeah, that is up there with one of the most sort of creepy scenes I've ever seen. Marebito, I think that's how you say it. Marebito. Yeah, didn't expect this to be one of my favourites when I went to watch this. Really good film. Not a spoiler. Again, it says it's on the back. That's becoming a bit of a catchphrase for me accidentally, but it is from the director of The Grudge. I didn't realise, much better than The Grudge, I think. But basically, a man goes to these sort of caves under the ground. I think it's like meant to be called Agarte, Lumeria, like old caves where like people were meant to live before they sort of sunk under Atlantis or something. But basically, he finds this weird woman down there, and she sort of doesn't talk, and she's really pale, and I think she's like chained up. So he brings her home and then tries to care for her, but she's getting more ill, and he can't understand why she won't eat her food and stuff. But yeah, it's really sort of tight, creepy. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really sure why that's one of my favourites. I mean, it's well made, but there's something about that I find really engrossing and sort of, yeah, maybe lower budget than films like The Eye. Oh, this one I was meant to show, but somehow I accidentally popped it back in when I dropped The Eye, I think. Battle Royale, sure everybody knows that. Kinji Fukasaku, I think it's pronounced. Won't talk about that one, but basically, I think that's what, I've never seen it, but is it called Hunger Games? I think the Hunger Games was based on a book, but I swear this was out before the book. Very similar thing where a load of students have to like fight to the death. They get selected by their like school and things. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to look into it more, but I'm pretty sure Hunger Games kind of ripped that off. Infection, oh, that's in a really nice slipcase. So this is about a hospital and the patients in a hospital, and I won't go into it too much, but yeah, one of the best kind of hospital horrors I've seen, directed by Masayuki Okiya. I don't know how you pronounce that. Not very good on my Japanese, to be fair. I think it is Japanese. Obviously, these are Tartan Asia, so some are. You've got some from like Singapore, some from Japan, China, Korea. A few from like Thailand, maybe Taiwan. Different places. Oldboy, obviously this is my favourite out of all of these. I do have these on better versions, like two different Arrow sort of box sets, but obviously this is the ones I'm showing from the Tartan Asia, Park Chan-wook film. Anybody that hasn't seen this, I would recommend it, even if you're not too into foreign films and reading subtitles. I think it's well made enough that the action and the sort of plot, the things you're seeing on screen, within the scenes, explains the story well enough that even if you don't read the dialogue, you can get the gist of it. You know, it's not like, say, Godfather, where there's an hour worth of dialogue and you ain't going to have a clue what's going on if you're not watching it in your native tongue and you don't like subtitles. There is a lot of action. There isn't too much talking in it, to be fair. Won't go into spoilers with that. I'm sure if you've seen it, you know what it's all about. If you haven't seen it, then it's kind of better to go in blind, really, because there is a few twists and stuff. Bittersweet Life. This is one I've spoke about before that I've got on the see if I can see it. Yeah, second sight, sort of limited edition 4K. Filmed by Kim Ji Woon. Don't think I've seen others by him. Obviously, there is a lot of recurring directors within this collection. And then Takashi Miike's Audition. I know a lot of people like Sammy G's World of Cinema appreciate this one. So yeah, it kind of starts as like sounds weird, but like a romantic drama where a widowed, what do you call him, widower? Basically a single guy is kind of cast in for a role, but he's really doing it. I don't think there even is a film. I think he's basically doing it just to sort of choose a woman. So it very doesn't deserve what happens later. I mean, it's quite creepy, really, isn't it, to string women along thinking they've got a chance auditioning for a role. Obviously, this isn't a spoiler, and he's just trying to find a wife kind of thing, really, and he comes across the wrong kind of girl. Yeah, I mean, majority of it, there's a few creepy bits like halfway through in the dance school with the old man, and it's not boring even when there is a kind of romantic element before the sort of horrifying bits start, but yeah, a bit at the end is just mind-blowing. Won't spoil it, but all I'm going to say is a bit with the sort of burlap sack. Just one of the most effective jump scares I've ever seen. Um, yeah, one of Takashi Miike's most sort of lauded films. I was only trying to put one per director, so it's quite hard. I'll just quickly mention a few. So Visitor Q, another Miike. Oh, I always call him Takashi Miike, but Miike Takashi it might be. This is really quite disturbing, messed up. Any sort of taboo you can think of, sort of in it, without going into it too much, like incest, necrophilia. Obviously, sort of, you can see by the front there's some weird stuff going on, like breastfeeding kind of stuff. And then this is one of my other favourites by Miike Takashi, Happiness of the Katakuris. I mean, like it says on the front, sort of Sound of Music, Meet Zombies. It's a musical, comedy, action. Bit when the granddad throws the stick at the seagull was just what got me sort of hooked into it. I just knew it was going to be a crazy, wacky film. But yeah, if you're into weird films, that is on another level. And then Gozu, another. Oh, sorry, let me get rid of the glare. Another really disturbing, messed up one by him. Again, I think he's got a bit of like a sort of milk breastfeeding fetishist guy, because this has bits where people are drinking milk and then a man with like a cow's head come. I won't go into it, but it is really bizarre. Yeah, I think there's obviously quite a few in this selection from, but yeah, I'll just give you a little overview if I can move back and get them all in. So yeah, whole top shelf, and then sort of 60% or so of that is all the Tartan Asia Extreme. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Be back again with another video soon. Thanks, bye.